All right, thanks, guys. We got D-backs, Marlins, 12-10 Miami. Arizona opened $1.70 up to $1.75. Total open 7.5 down to 7 flat. 81% is leaning toward the D-backs. And at the moment, we got Zach Greinke for the Diamondbacks, Trevor Richards for the Marlins. Arizona's 6-1 in their last 7 ball games. Miami's dropped 5 of 6 head-to-head matchups with Arizona. Arizona's 8-3 to the over on the road at the current posted total. All said and done, I'll take the D-backs run line and the over 7 flat. Next game, A's, Tigers, 110 Detroit. Oakland's $1.05, total open 9 up to 9.5. 62% is leaning toward the Athletics. And at the moment, we got Sean Manaea for the A's, Mike Fulmer for the Tigers. Detroit's gone 0-3 in their head-to-head matchups with Oakland. They're also just 5-10 in their games where Mike Fulmer makes the start. Now on the other side, Oakland games went just 5-11 to the over when Sean Manaea made the start themselves. So all that said, I'm going to lean Oakland in the under 9.5. Next game, Twins, White Sox. That's going to be 210 Chicago. The Twins opened $1.45 down to $1.35. Totals at 9.5. The Sox are catching 1.5 at home. And at the moment, we got Jake Odorizzi for the Twins, Lucas Giolito for the White Sox. The Twins are just 6-10 in their games where Odorizzi made the start. Minnesota's also winning just 33% of their ball games played at the current market price. Meanwhile, on the other side, Chicago games went just 5-10 to the over when Giolito made the start. So all said and done, I'm going to take the White Sox catching plus money and the under 9.5. Next game, Mariners, Orioles, 3:05 Baltimore. The Mariners open $1.35 up to $1.50. Total open 9.5 up to 10 flat. 74% of the public is leaning towards Seattle. And at the moment, we got Mike Leake for the Mariners, Jimmy Yacabanis for the Orioles. Now, the O's are winless in 3 games taking on the Mariners. They're also a pitiful 3-16 as the official home underdog. Seattle games went 12-4 to the over when Mike Leake makes the start. So all that said, I'm going to take the Mariners in the over 10 flat. Next game, Cubs, Dodgers, 3:10 Los Angeles. The Cubs open $1.80 down to $1.70. Total open 7 flat up to 7.5. The Cubs are catching the 1.5 on the run line. And at the moment, we got Jose Quintana for the Cubs, Clayton Kershaw for the Dodgers. Chicago's just 44% as the official road underdog. Dodgers won 5 out of their last 6. 4 out of these teams' 6 head-to-head matchups fell under the line. So with all that in mind, I'm going to take the Dodgers in the under 7.5. Next game, Rockies-Giants, 3:45 San Fran. The Rockies open $1.10 up to $1.15. Total opened 8 down to 7.5. Currently, the Giants are catching the 1.5 at home. And at the moment, we got John Gray for the Rockies, Chris Stratton for the Giants. San Fran's gone 11-5 in their games where Chris Stratton made the start. They're also 667 in their games at home. Now, John Gray starts did go 11-5 to the over for the Rockies so far this year. So with all that said, I'm going to take the Giants catching plus money at home with the over 7.5. Next game, Nationals-Phillies, 7:05 South Philly. The Fightins open $1.50 down to $1.30. Total open 7.5 up to 8 flat. Currently, the Nats are catching the 1.5 on the run line. And at the moment, we're looking at Tanner Roark for the Nats, Aaron Nola for the Phils. The Phils are 11-5 when Aaron Nola makes the start. They're also a solid 17-8 in their games as the official home favorite. Now, on the other side of things, the Nationals did go just 5-10 to the over in their games where Tanner Roark made the start. So all said and done, I'm going to lean toward those fighting Phillies and the under 8 flat. Next game, Angels-Red Sox, 7:10 Boston. The Bo Sox open $1.45 down to $1.20. Totals at 10.5. The Angels are catching the 1.5. And at the moment, we got Jaime Barria for Los Angeles, Brian Johnson for Boston. The Angels are still winless against these Boston Red Sox, 0-5 in their head-to-head matchups with the Sox. LA's also winning just 26% of their ball games played at the current market price. Now, Boston's gone 5-0 to the over in their head-to-head matchups with the Angels this year. So with all that said, I'm going to lean toward the Red Sox and the over 10.5. Next game, Brewers-Reds 7-10 Cincinnati. The Brewers were $1.15 down to $1.05. Total was 9.5 down to 9 flat. Since he's catching the 1.5 on the run line at home. And at the moment, we got Junior Guerra for Milwaukee, Anthony DeSclafani for Cincy. Now, Cincy has dropped 5 out of their last 6 versus this very Brewers squad. Meanwhile, Milwaukee's 643 in their games versus losing ball clubs. Milwaukee's also gone just 3-11 in their games where Junior Guerra made the start. So all said and done, I'm going to ride with the Brewers and the under 9 flat. Next and final game for the show, Astros-Rays 7-10 Tampa Bay. The Astros open $1.80 down to $1.60. Totals at 7.5. The Rays are catching 1.5 at home. And at the moment, we're looking at Lance McCullers for the Stros, Ryan Stanek for the Rays. Houston's gone a remarkable 28-8 in their games as the official road favorite. Tampa's winning just 37% of their ball games, taking on teams over 500. Houston is 9-7 to the over when Lance McCullers makes the start. So all said and done, I'm going to lean Houston in the over 7.5. All right, folks, that is going to do it for me. But before I get out of here, I just have to remind you to check out my daily best play at patreon.com/BrockPage. And with a documented win percentage of 60% for the entire year of 2017, you're hurting yourself each and every day you're not subscribed. And as always, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed all this great free information. And please don't forget to check out my daily best play at patreon.com/BrockPage.